Hi guys, welcome to Happy High Tarot. In today's pick a card reading, we will find out that if the person on your mind went to a tarot reader and took a reading about you, what would the tarot reader tell them? So you can see an image on your screen right now. You've got 3 options to choose from. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the pinned comment and in the description box. So make your choice and let's get started. Hello group 1, if you guys chose the first image, let's find out through your oracles to start your reading, what would a tarot reader tell the person on your mind if they were ever to take a reading on you. So your cards, group 1, are Yang, Between Worlds, Not For You, and a Change in the Wind. Alright. This is not going to sound pleasant at all to the person on your mind, hearing from the reader, coming from the reader. So what is it? The reader is going to tell them, and for the sake of convenience, I'm just going to say she, alright? Like she's going to tell them. So she's going to tell them, group 1, that there was a point in your life when you were absolutely convinced that this is it, this is the person that's meant for you. This person meant a great deal for you. You thought that they were your divine counterpart. You thought that you will have your happily ever after with this person. There's no two ways about it. However, there have been some developments. For some of you, it's a recent development. For others of you, it might have happened a little while ago, and she's picking up on those energies now. And basically what that is that you do not think that they are the right person for you anymore. In fact, you are convinced that you were a little blindsided by your feelings for them, because of which there were certain tendencies, certain red flags, certain things which at that point in time you missed out on. But now you know, now you feel that they are not the right choice for you, they are not the right person for you. In fact, it is quite possible that the tarot reader might also tell the person on your mind that this realization happened because of something that they did. They could have shut the door on your face, not literally, you know what I mean, right? So they could have shut the door on your face, they could have treated you poorly, they could have breadcrumbed you, they could have been hot and cold with you, and all those actions could have led you to believe that this is not the person that I fell in love with. This is not the person that I imagined my future with. Who is this? I mean, this can't be right. This does not feel right. So very strongly, the tarot reader is going to reiterate this point to your person who's taking this reading, that I'm sorry to let you know this, but it seems like group 1 just does not feel the same way about you anymore. That passion has faded. Those feelings have faded. Memories sometimes, yes, do linger, but they're not happy memories. They're painful memories. They're the kind of memories which just further support this decision. In fact, I also feel like the tarot reader is going to call out your person on their behavior, looking at the cards that come out for you guys. And she's going to tell them that you had a choice to make before things started going downhill in this connection. You took the easy way out, and there was something that you left group 1 to deal with all by themselves. You left group 1 picking up all the pieces by themselves. You just left without any proper answers, without any explanation. And that also really impacted group 1's psyche, and it further strengthened their belief or their decision that they should not be wasting any more time on you and on this connection. So let's say if the person on your mind was asking, is group 1 going to take any action towards me? Is group 1 going to reach out to me? Is group 1 still crazy about me? Very clearly, the tarot reader would tell them no, no, and no. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now, group 1. Spirit, what would a tarot reader tell the person on group 1's mind about them? Yep, Queen of Swords, What would a tarot reader tell the person on group one's mind about them? 9 of Wands. What would a tarot reader tell the person on group one's mind about them? 6 of Swords. What would a tarot reader tell the person on group one's mind about them? 9 of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. So I feel like the tarot reader is going to tell the person on your mind that they honestly shouldn't be expecting any more effort, any more chasing from you. You are happy in your own lane. You're busy tending to your own garden. You've got no more time for their drama, for this push and pull. In fact, the tarot reader might also ask the person on your mind, how did the last conversation between you guys go? Did group 1 say anything that particularly upset you? Did group 1 sound harsh? Did group 1 sound mean? And I think that the person on your mind will just, be sitting there nodding their head like, yes, group 1 was a bit rude. I did not see that coming. I did not expect this from group 1. I wonder what happened. And she's going to tell the person on your mind to their face that, what do you think happened? Why do you think group 1 spoke to you like that? What do you think flipped that switch? You did. Your actions did. Because from these cards, it's very evident, and of course that reader would also be able to pick up on this, that the reason why you group 1 chose to walk away from this connection, the reason why you are so vehemently focusing on yourself and your growth and your dreams and all of those things, and with this Hermit energy over here, not really bothering yourself too much with this person, is because they put you through a lot. You really struggled a lot. At this, I'm being told that the person on your mind might say something like, well, group 1 is not the only person that suffered. I suffered too. Group 1 is not the only person who got hurt. I got hurt too. To which the tarot reader is going to say to the person on your mind that, fine, you got hurt by group 1's words, which were spoken towards the very end. But group 1 got persistently hurt by whatever actions you undertook throughout the course of the connection. So there is a difference. And I think that this will be her subtle way of communicating to this person that, look, you just basically got a taste of your own medicine, and now you're sitting over here crying foul because it's hurtful and it upsets you. But then think about what you did to group 1. How is that any different? In fact, it's much worse. In fact, the reader will also tell this person that what hurt group 1 further was the fact that you apparently seemed to move on, you as in the person on your mind, seemed to move on rather quickly without ever looking back, and yet somehow you expected group 1 to still be there waiting for you, waiting to check up on you, waiting for you to come back to them whenever you would think fit. It's just that group 1 deviated from the script that you had planned, and that is the difference. That is not what you were expecting, and so now you think that you did not deserve it and that it ended up hurting you. But just think about group 1 for a second over here. The reader is also, like I said, going to be very clear about this with the person on your mind, that you have absolutely no romantic feelings for them anymore. You're focusing on healing. You are still struggling a little bit with painful memories. In fact, there's a lot more that you want to say to them, which you never got an opportunity to. And maybe, hey, I can actually do this. So maybe they will ask the reader, well then fine, what is it? What was left unsaid by group 1, as if whatever they said to me wasn't hurtful enough? I couldn't care less. So yeah, let's ask that if they ask that reader what was left unsaid by you, or if there's anything that you want to say to them, what would that be? And with that, we will be concluding this reading. You can check out my Patreon, by the way, for exclusive tarot readings and videos. The link is in the description box. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you'll find my contact information in the description box as well, group 1. Spirit, what was left unsaid by group 1 to the person on their mind? We have 10 of Pentacles. What was left unsaid by group 1 in their connection with the person on their mind? The King of Swords. What was left unsaid by group 1 in their connection with the person on their mind? And the Moon. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so the reader will tell your person that group 1 had never expected you to do a 180 like you did. Group 1 expected more stability from you. Group 1 expected more maturity from you. Group 1 expected you to handle things more sensitively, but you didn't. Group 1 wanted to tell you how insensitive, how inconsiderate, how impolite you were to begin with. And now when you got a taste of your own medicine, you did not like it at all. Group 1 also never got a chance to tell you that they had actually thought quite far ahead about this connection. Group 1 had possibly even dreamed about settling down with you, starting a family with you, all of those things, because apparently that is where it seemed like the connection was heading. And then at what point in time did you decide to, just check out? They did not see it coming, and that upset them very, very deeply. If group 1 had a chance to speak to you, they would tell you very clearly that you lied to them, you hid facts from them, and in a way, you cheated them, because you could have been honest. You could have told them that you were planning to leave, but you chose not to tell them. You chose to lead them on. You chose to make them believe in this dream of theirs, and then one fine day you were just stone cold. One fine day you just showed up acting like none of it matters and history can go fuck itself, and this is it now. So yeah, this is not going to be a pleasant reading for that person if they ever were to take one. Alright, group 1, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello group 2, welcome to your reading. So we will take a look at your oracles first and then your tarot cards to find out that if the person on your mind was to go to a tarot reader and get a reading for you, what would the reader tell them? So the oracles that came out for you are community, then we have clean it up, message in a bottle, and buy the book. Okay. And for the sake of explanation, I'm just going to refer to the reader as she and your person as they. And you will remain group 2. Okay, so she's going to tell your person one thing right off the bat, which is that you, group 2, do not like the company that they keep. You feel very strongly that the company that they keep influences them about you negatively, but you're hesitant to bring it up. You're hesitant to bring it up because you feel like they are very tight with those people, they're very close with those people, and you're not sure whether they will in fact listen to what you've got to say patiently or not, which is why you thought that it will be a better idea to just keep this concern with yourself without really expressing it. In fact, you might also ask them that did group 2 ever bring this up? Has group 2 ever brought it up? And if they say yes, then the reader will be quick to know that, well, even if group 2 did bring up this concern, you were very quick to brush it off. You, as in the person on your mind, was very quick to brush it off. They did not really pay much heed to it, and you did not like it at all. For some of you, because I'm getting multiple messages to take what resonates with your situation, for some of you, the reader is going to tell them that group 2 has romantic feelings for you. They do not see you as just a friend. They want to be something more than that with you, but they're not sure how okay you would be with that idea, and they're a little bit hesitant to kickstart things from their side. They're kind of waiting on you to take that lead. They're waiting on you to make a move. They're waiting on you to make it apparent to them that you like them, that you're interested in them, that you would also want to be more than just friends with them. And once you do that, once you take the first step, group 2 is going to match your pace. Group 2 is going to match your efforts. They are ready for it. Like, they're down for it if you are game, if you want to do it too. The other thing that I see over here, again, this is another message altogether, but it might resonate for some of you, for like the first subgroup, the first message that I got. Anyway, so the reader is going to tell this person that group 2 does not like it when you start conversations but you don't finish them. You start talking about something but you don't finish it. And she does not mean random stuff like, oh, which movie did you watch recently, which songs are you into these days. No, she is specifically talking about a pattern wherein this person starts talking to you. They make it seem like the conversation is getting flirty or dirty or whatever it might be, but then they do not really see the conversation the whole way through. They start indulging in mind games, they start talking in loops. It becomes very difficult for you to comprehend what the hell do they mean what I'm thinking or not, and you do not like it at all. So this disappointment of yours will also be conveyed to this person through the reader. There is another hesitation as well in your energy which the reader will pick up on and convey to your person, which is that sometimes you wonder whether this person's community, their family, their social circle will be welcoming and loving towards you, respectful towards you or not, because so far you haven't had much proof in that department. And so if you guys are together or if you guys wish to be together, the reader will suggest to your person to make you feel a little more included and ask their community and ask their family, their social circle to be a bit more mindful about their behavior towards you when you are also standing in that group, when you are also in those gatherings, because otherwise they don't realize it, or maybe some of them do, but you do feel a little alienated, you feel a little left out, and it pains you, it hurts you when this person is not able to see it and when they're not able to do anything about it, because of course if they don't realize it, they can't do anything about it. So you don't like it. But most importantly, when you express a feeling, when you express a concern and they brush it off, that pisses you off like anything, and the reader is going to communicate the same to your person. I'm getting one more message, and this is a little more specific, so take it if it resonates. But for a few of you, I feel like this was one of those connections which was a hit and miss. You guys could have been together at this point, but someone over here hesitated with doing anything about it, speaking up, and as a repercussion, one or both of you have now ended up with different people, but that longing is still there. And since the reader would be looking at your energies, they would be able to pick up on this fact that at least on your end, the longing is still there, even if you're with someone else, and it still irritates you, like, why didn't they say anything sooner, why didn't they do anything sooner, or why couldn't you muster up your guts to say anything sooner, and if you had done that, why didn't they take you seriously back then? Okay, so with this group, it is definitely a little complicated. Alright, let's take a look at your tarot cards now, group 2. Spirit, what would a tarot reader tell the person on group 2's mind about them? We have the 5 of Swords, the Ace of Wands. What would a tarot reader tell the person on group 2's mind about them? The Hermit. What would a tarot reader tell the person on group 2's mind about them? We have the Queen of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Pentacles. So, she's going to tell your person that you still have feelings for them. You always had very pure, very real, very genuine feelings for them. But the reason why you haven't been speaking much to them of late, or the reason why you haven't been doing much from your side of late, is because whenever you have tried to make a move, whenever you have tried to express your feelings, you've only ended up being disappointed by their response, or their lack of response, or not taking the whole thing seriously, whatever the case may be. She's also going to tell them that sometimes their actions make you feel like they aren't serious about the whole thing, or they aren't invested as much as you are. Sometimes their actions or their behaviors or their delayed actions or delayed responses make you feel like, what if they're two-timing? Makes you feel like, what if they aren't as serious about the whole thing as you are? And that is another thing which you do not like. Very recently, this person might have made friends with someone who had at one point in time been extremely horrible with you. Perhaps they had backstabbed you, and now when you see the person that you're interested in roaming around with that person, naturally it bothers you. Some of you have brought it up, some of you haven't brought it up, but it pains you, it hurts you. It hurts you as to how insensitive this person can be by being friends with somebody who had hurt you so much. And so that's another thing that the reader is going to ask them. Like, what is it about this third person? Why are you so invested in your friendship with the third person when you know that it is coming at a cost of your current connection with group 2 getting affected? When you know that the person that you like and the person that likes you so much is not okay with the whole thing, why are you still continuing this connection or this friendship with that third person, a friend, or like whoever else? That's not okay. And that is one of the things that stops group 2 from doing too much, speaking too much. If you feel that group 2 has been acting a bit cut off from you of late, then this is the reason behind it. Because all these new friends that you have, all these new people you choose to hang out with, it makes group 2 feel like you have chosen other people over them over and over and over again, and it just makes them feel like they're not as important for you as all of these other people, and they're not okay with it. Group 2 is not okay with it. Okay, and so now to close your reading, I'm going to ask something which struck me in group 1's reading, and I think it's a good question. What if the person on your mind then asks the reader, is there anything that you would like to say to them? What would the cards reveal? You can check out my Patreon, by the way, for exclusive tarot readings and videos. You will not get those anywhere else, just on Patreon. The link is in the description. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you will find my contact details in the description box as well. So let's see. Spirit, what was left unsaid by group 2 in their connection with the person on their mind? 6 of Pentacles. What was left unsaid by group 2 in their connection with the person on their mind? Ace of Cups. What was left unsaid by group 2 in their connection with the person on their mind? 4 of Wands in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Wands. Okay, so here's what the reader will tell them. Your words, basically, up next. It's getting too much for me. All of this constant drama, all of this constant back and forth. When I see you being with these people whom you know very clearly that I do not like, and yet, despite my constant warnings, despite my tears, my cries, you still go out with them, you still talk to them, you still haven't deleted their numbers. I am not okay with it. There was a point in time when I was absolutely convinced that this can go a long way, that you see in me what I see in you, you love me as much as I love you. But honestly, I am not sure anymore. I don't know whether you see this connection leading to the same things as I do. I'm starting to believe that perhaps the foundation from the very beginning itself was shaky. So what was I thinking? It's like I was making castles in the air. I feel like all of these dreams, all of these hopes that I had with this connection, all of that was just one-sided. And you were always more interested in other people, in other friendships, in other connections. You just don't have as much time for me. You're just not as emotionally invested as I am. You see everybody else's concerns. You see everybody else's problems. You see everybody else's tears and happiness and all of those things. But my emotions, my thoughts, what I want to say to you, what I want, what I don't want, you absolutely couldn't care less. You make me feel like you're doing me some favor by talking to me. You make me feel like you're being generous with me, or you being extremely kind or even charitable with me if you are taking out the time to talk to me. And I don't like feeling like that. I should have been your priority because I made you my priority. But now I'm beginning to feel like, no, the scales are not balanced. It was just me. It was just me for whom you mattered so much, but apparently I don't matter as much to you. And if that is the case, then what is the point of all of this if it's just going to lead to, well, nothing? So yeah, everything that you've tried to tell them, or hesitated to tell them, or things you have told them and they shrugged it off, the tarot reader is going to bring it all up. Alright, group 2. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. Thank you so much for your time. If you are new over here, do consider subscribing. I will see you next time. Bye. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. So let's take a look at your oracles first and then your tarot cards to find out that if the person on your mind was to go to a tarot reader and get a reading done about you, what would the reader say to them? So the oracles that came out for you are why. Then we have all that glitters, round and round, and go the distance. Okay. Group 3, I feel like you're asking about someone with whom you have a fair bit of history with, but that person did something which made absolutely no sense to you. And that is the first thing that the tarot reader will pick up on. And for the sake of explanation, the tarot reader is going to be she, the person on your mind is going to be they, them, and you will be group 3. Okay? So she's going to tell them that group 3 feels very, very confused, very out of answers about who you are as a person. Group 3 feels like they grossly misjudged you, that you're not the kind of person whom they thought you would be. Group 3 feels extremely let down by you. They feel extremely let down by something that you did, and it isn't something recent. It has been a while since you did that thing or since you said that thing, but the impact of it was so strong that it still is a fresh memory, or it's still like a fresh wound for group 3. And no matter how many years have passed, because for some years have passed, group 3 still keeps on replaying it. They still keep on wondering what went wrong or where did it all go wrong. The reader is going to ask them, did you break up with group 3? Did you leave group 3? Did you suddenly stop talking with group 3? And they might casually try to shrug it off. They might say like, oh, we just, grew apart. It wasn't intentional on my part or anything. And group 3 was doing their own thing and I was doing my own thing. I did not think that group 3 would think too much of it, or group 3 would take it otherwise. I mean, that's what they would say. Their excuses or whatever. So the reader is then going to bring this up. She would tell them that, look, whatever your logic and reasoning was behind whatever it is that you did, the fact that it seemed like you couldn't care less because you just kept on moving in another direction, not stopping even once to see how much your lack of answers is distressing the other person, that is something that group 3 has lived with and has had to live with for a really long time now. And that is why whatever image you had in group 3's eyes, it's all just gone to dogs. It's all just torn to bits now. There could have been a point in time when group 3 thought very highly of you. There could have been a point in time when group 3 wouldn't stop talking about you, but that was the past. In the future, group 3 has this internal dialogue with themselves about how could they have misjudged you so much. And why did you do this to them, whatever it is that you did to them? She would ask them that after you and group 3 grew apart or whatever it was, did you start seeing someone else? And they'll most likely say yes. And that is something after which the reader would say then, well, that is another reason because of which group 3 is left with questions, because group 3 wonders, what is it about the person that you were dating after them that you couldn't find in them? Like, what made you leave them but was a good enough reason for you to stay with the next person? Because of these actions of yours, group 3 has found themselves comparing themselves to people they don't even know personally, whoever it is that you were with after them. She would also tell them that group 3 has had many sleepless nights because of you, because of what you did, because of how insensitively you behaved. It's like everything that group 3 had thought of, it was almost as if somebody snapped and all of that just vanished and it was just smoke. Okay, some of you could have felt drawn towards group 1 as well, or if you want to check out group 1, you can. So anyway, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. By the way, group 3, you can check out my Patreon for exclusive tarot readings and videos which you will not find anywhere else. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, you'll find my contact information in the description box. My Patreon's link is also in the description box, by the way. Spirit, what would a tarot reader tell the person on group 3's mind about them? The Emperor. What would a tarot reader tell the person on group 3's mind about them? 2 of Pentacles. What would a tarot reader tell the person on group 3's mind about them? 7 of Wands. What would a tarot reader tell the person on group 3's mind about them? And the 10 of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, so she's going to tell them, group 3 waited. Group 3 waited for you to come back. Group 3 waited for an explanation. But let alone giving group 3 an explanation, you evaded any questions. You evaded any questions they would ask you. You evaded any explanation that they demanded from you. And that made them all the more hurt. It hurt them all the more. It made them all the more upset because they did not see it coming. Group 3 had never expected this kind of behavior from you. She would ask them, she would try to ask them, why did you do it? But here's what's interesting. Neither did they give you an answer, nor are they going to think it fit to reply to their reader. They will make up some excuse. Again, escape, evade, those things. She's going to tell them that you actually fought with people closest to you for their sake, which is why when in the end group 3 wasn't even chosen, it hurt them so much, because it's like group 3 fought with everybody for your sake, and despite all of that, it just meant nothing to you and you just left. And after you left, because group 3 had fought off with all of those people, they felt even more alone. Even if afterwards they made amends with those people, in that moment they felt very, very isolated, very, very alone, very, very broken is what I'm hearing, group 3. She's also going to tell them that what hurt more than the fact that you left was the fact that you were so nonchalant about it. That you were so, it's like you didn't do anything wrong, so what should you be sorry about? You did not do anything wrong, so why should you be apologizing to group 3? You did not do anything wrong, so why does group 3 think that you owe them an explanation? That mindset hurt them even more. That upset them even more. The fact that you were being so defensive, as if God knows what, they were just asking you simple questions. That's what hurt group 3 so much. In fact, I feel like for a few of you, the reader might also pick up on something which she's going to confront this person about. She's going to ask them that, were you two-timing group 3? Because if you were two-timing group 3 and they found out about it later on, that just crushed them. Because for them, you were their singular focus. For group 3, you were their singular focus. And then after you left and you were so nonchalant about it, you did not apologize, you did not give any explanation. And on top of that, when they found out that all this while behind their back, you were seeing somebody else, you were talking to somebody else, it hurt them like anything. And it did not even matter to you. And so if you think that group 3 still admires you or respects you or cares about you as much as they did at one point in time, it is actually the opposite. They really, really don't like you. Group 3 really, really does not like you for what you did to them. Okay, now let's see that if this person were to ask the reader if there's anything that group 3 would like to say to me, what would that be? Spirit, what was left unsaid by group 3 in their connection with the person on their mind? Ace of Pentacles. What was left unsaid by group 3 in their connection with the person on their mind? Wheel of Fortune. What was left unsaid by group 3 in their connection with the person on their mind? And the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Wands. Okay, so this is what the reader will tell them that you wish you could have said to them. So this is going to be in your words now. I did not see it coming. I thought that we were friends. I thought that the basis of our relationship, of our connection was friendship. So naturally then it would have been much stronger, no? But apparently it wasn't. Apparently everything that I had to offer you simply wasn't enough, because if it was enough, you wouldn't have gone behind my back keeping your options open like that. You wouldn't have gone behind my back talking to so many other people like that. The worst part is that you never stopped to think how I would feel. You never stopped to think how it would make me feel. You just got on a horse and rode away. You never looked back, and it absolutely sucked for me. But guess what? I took my time. I healed. There are certain aspects that I am still healing. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that you do not get to decide how my story ends. You do not get to decide for how much long do I sit, do I cry, do I worry, do I wonder. I am done worrying. I am done wondering. I've moved on in my life. I am happy with the way things are. I have a thriving career. I have a supportive network of people. By the way, everybody whom you asked me to not talk to because you poisoned me against them are the very people who stuck by my side, who were there for me, who stood by me. So yes, we're all very good friends now. We're all thoroughly supportive of each other now. I don't wish anything bad for you, but yes, I do feel like someday, you do get a taste of your own medicine. Someday, I hope that this karma comes back to you, just so that in that moment you know how painful it is, what it feels like, and how shameful it was for you to act in such an insensitive manner towards me. Alright, group 3. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. Thank you so much for your time. If you are new to my channel, do consider subscribing. I will see you next time. Bye.